Yesterday, the House passed a resolution criticizing Representative Joe Wilson for shouting "You lie" during the president's speech before a joint session of Congress. Was the House right to pass such a measure?
Yes, a little bit of overkill, making people who aren't being civil into a media moment.
I think the House was right because while I think everybody has, right to, basically freedom of expression, I think that there's certain, social graces and kind of, protocols that should be followed.
We're probably technically correct to pass the measure, but one would hope that with all the other substantive issues that we have, that they could spend their time doing something more productive.
He's supposed to be representing a group of people, and to me that was poor representation. So yes, he should be admonished by the Congress.
Democrats are demanding that Wilson apologize on the House floor, but he refused to ask for any further forgiveness beyond what he said to the president. Does Wilson owe an apology to the chamber?
I think he does, but this public this public rebuking of what he did, I think it does the trick. And there comes a point where you just have to just drop it and move on. Everyone knows he was wrong, and it's not acceptable.
He didn't represent himself or his organization very well, and he needs to apologize for misbehaving.
Like he says, the president's called it a closed matter, so I think it's a closed matter in my mind.
I think he does, and that's the apology that's due, not to the president so much, but to the office of the president, yes, but to the chamber of which he's a member.
Former President Jimmy Carter said Wilson's remark was based on racism. Do you agree?
That's perspective. I mean, I think that there's more than enough cases of blatant racism and statistical ways for us to prove racism in many other ways than to worry about somebody's comments being racist.
I don't necessarily agree. This health reform has been so heated. It's a very heated debate, and I think that Wilson's actions show exactly why people all over the nation are acting crazy at these town hall meetings.
I do think that some of the anti-Obama fervor, I think, is rooted partially in some kind of a racism, maybe not in one that's consciously understood.
I think Obama was like the president. I think we're way beyond that, and to bring that up again is ridiculous.